Unto a family in the slums, this boy would go on to use the knowledge he gained while fighting for survival in these streets to become a great leader. And in time, that boy would grow to become king.
Hello everybody, feels good to be back. Got absolutely no idea where to begin. I've been off this platform for 3 months now, so we have a lot to talk about. I really, honestly, I don't even know where where to begin. I mean, we've missed 3 months of a lot of activity. I mean, a lot of activity has happened in Zimbabwe that we've missed, so we've got a lot of catching up to do. Let me begin by saying this. So many of you have been so kind to me over the last 3 months, and I cannot proceed without thanking you. So I want to thank everybody who's kind of held me up. I want to thank everybody who's been kind and who's been good to me. You guys have been really absolute pillars. What can I say? Yeah, number one, it's good to be back in ZANU-PF. Let me put as a disclaimer, yes, I am a ZANU-PF member now. So don't worry, you know, those guys who like to come into the comments and say, Urim ZANU-PF, this time you're actually right. Like Papa and Nancy and my Mani Kidza. So don't worry, but as you already know, we need to know if you guys are out there. So I need to know if you can see me good. Let me see you press the like button if you can see me. If you can see me, press the like button. Like. You remember how we did this, right? You remember how this goes? Like. Yeah, like the button, like, if you can see me. Are we good? Are we good? Okay. Can people see me? Can you be... Hold on, guys. I can see a lot of people are excited. Hold on. We'll get, I'm excited too. I really am excited. But, you know, let's do this in procession. Like button if you can see me. Good, you can see me. Hearts if you can hear me. If you can hear the sound of my voice, good. Heart button. Okay, I don't see. Okay, good. Are those hearts? I mean, gosh, like I hope you people still know how this game goes. Okay, good. So I think you can see me. I think you can hear me. I'm back. Yes, I'm back, and so are you. You're also back to me. All right. Tell me where you're watching from. I want to know who's engaged tonight. Where are you watching from? And who are you? I mean, Facebook will tell me who you are. You just gotta tell me where you're watching from. So I can say hi to some people here. Hi, Adam. Adam says, "Yeah, we see your ugly ass." Adam, that's not a very polite thing to say to somebody whose page you volunteered yourself to go to, but okay. Who else is watching and where are you watching from? Cynthia Manyati is watching from the UK. Salute to you, Cynthia. Ruramai. I trust Ruramai to come and say where she is watching from. She is watching from where she does her videos. Her bedroom. Fantastic. Good on ya. Lisa is watching from Gokwe. Flo is watching, that's not where you... Okay, guys, here's how it kind of has to work. When I ask a question, try and answer that question, okay? We all can see there's 461 people watching. Thanks for the information, but Adam says from Sherwood. Tafuma is in Gwanda. Tino Mambeo, my big brother, I obviously salute to you, brother. Tino is watching from South Africa. Vivongai, I mean, you are absolutely ZANU-PF's ultimate bae. So you're watching from bed, had missed you right here in H. We miss you too. I missed you too. So let me quickly update you guys, okay? Let me update you a little bit on my life. I'm very excited to do this. We're going to get into the serious stuff just now. I promise you we are. But let me update you a little bit of my life. So I have myself and Lillian Majgara, yes, myself and the most beautiful woman in the city, have a baby boy now. His name is Treasure. There is a new kid, guys. Anonzi Treasure Kupakwashe Lumumba. So now you call me baba kupa kwashe or baba treasure. I spent the last 3 months of my life really just enjoying being a dad. It's been such an incredible experience. I encourage those of you guys, if you don't have children yet, kind of get onto the program. Vakazi kana msatimane vana, get onto the program. Bobojani chaka bobojani wago mabobojani mo mabobojana mweta mwana. Vana are a beautiful thing. What an incredible blessing I have in my life. Good. So let's get moving. I understand now the country is at a space where it's having a big debate, pretty much between is ZANU-PF with President Emerson Mnangagwa going to win the next elections, or is MDC with its President Nelson Chamisa going to win the next elections. My job, let me clarify this from the onset. My job is to provide clarity in perspective, okay? We like to have conversations in Zimbabwe, largely that are unfounded. We like to say things about each other, largely that are unfounded. I generally like to give perspective as the oracle, then tell you where we're going. So I intend that our relationship in my diary room is going to revolve around that. So we will put perspective to all matters. A lot has happened in the last 3 months, which I think we are going to agree on some and we're going to disagree on some, but we must have a conversation about it nevertheless. You know, I've been... Good, you're back. I went from President Emerson Mnangagwa being inaugurated to President Emerson Mnangagwa looking like Fantan Moja. You know Fantan? Yeah, you know, I came back and boom, President Walter Donge Fantan Moja. Or Jackie or you know Winky D or you know something. I mean that whole scarf thing. I mean you got it looks it's really interesting for me to see, but it looks nice. I like the scarf. I would like to own a scarf. Wouldn't you want to own a scarf? So I want to know who likes the scarf and who doesn't like the scarf. If you like the scarf, okay, if you like the Fantan Moja, click the like button. Like button if you like the scarf. Because I like the scarf. You guys like the scarf? Like button if you like the scarf. Let's see what we got. See, people like the scarf. Okay? Now, the president comes up with the scarf. After the president comes up with the scarf, well, what happens next is very interesting. So, Chamisa, I thought, and I'm going to tell you my opinion about Chamisa very soon. But Chamisa, I pick a waistcoat. You see, I think the idea here was chago chongo da skiri kwako, and did it. So Chamisa pick a waistcoat. Remember, when I pick a waistcoat, Chamisa over pick a badge. Ndakamuvunga macha bisa waistcoat peka maskuru bandi. Para anakupeka maskuru bandi, para bisa waistcoat, akapeka badge rine mabechu, akupeka badge rine mabechu manje. Unomaziyana zimabechu. Kuti kumashure ko badge uko, unowachekwa akasa pane kasini ke pakati kake kanoflipa kudai. I think it suits him too. But I don't think Chamisa should have gone. I think Chamisa should have gone for a juicy. Like Chamisa should have had a juicy, because at least juicy rineka something. Rineka something ka juicy. Unza pane juicy ra gogas. You know gogas va sabe. Wangogarwa juicy ndi moms ya sabe ngegarwa juicy. Uni baga pinza juicy ra ora pina mstera ne viscose kwa yaya. Pangi angane rake juicy. Remember juicy ra pangi juicy. Do you remember it? I mean, I don't know if you guys have really moved on, but sometimes like my mind keeps taking me. Do you remember Pangi? I would like to say, hang on, let me do it right. Yeah, so there was a juicy instance there. So I think a juicy would, you know, somebody else is probably advising him. Anyway, quick, very importantly, Morgan Richard Changirai is now late. That also happened while I was on my sabbatical. He was very loved by a lot of people. He was an absolute statesman the time that he was alive. So my condolences to every MDC supporter, to every MD, okay, I guess with the MDC you have to categorize, right? To every MDC T supporter, my condolences. To every MDC A for Alliance, my condolences. To every MDC, the rest of the alphabet, absolutely my condolences. I think I was really impressed by the funeral arrangements. I think two things really impressed me about the funeral arrangements. I mean, I've already said my condolences, right? So now we can get into the detail. Two things really impressed me. One was doves. So doves, Doves Morgan, Doves, I mean, because it's run by black people now, so I guess Doves Black, it looks like Doves is the company that buries all the national heroes. But they did such an incredible job at Changirai's funeral, right? That it was so, first of all, we were all able to kind of stay up to date with it, but I went there, and when you got there, I don't want a funeral policy because I'm skutaimira kufa my manje. But kurunzi ndautaimira kufa. Kune vese vanozori vanotaimira pedyo nerufu, vautaimira kufa. I highly encourage you, give Doves a call. It looks like these guys really, really know what they're doing. But secondly, you can't run away from the Chamisa effect of this funeral. I mean, this funeral was full of drama. It's the one funeral that we got to miss the drama Yema Small House. Because you all know that Changirai anga ane mutsetse wemabibi. Mabobojane yake aispela wede kuti bobojane intense mawandiro anga wakaita. But we all missed all of that drama because there was the Chamisa show was kind of the more preferable show at the funeral. Of course, Kwaguna Gogas vakabuda pa ZBC. Can you imagine? This is how propaganda of ZANU-PF propaganda machinery is on steroids. They went to the funeral. ZANU-PF propaganda missed everything else, but they were able to find Gogas and put the camera on Gogo as Gogo was talking with Gogo. I thought Nasdagona Chamisa and Stagona Anzani, mukadzi wachangirai norongo guta chikafu chekumariro. Don't you don't hate those people? No kumariro vodzimbirwa nechikafu chekumariro votanga kufarisa. So Chamisa was for me another highlight of this funeral. Now I've always said that Changirai needed to go and Chamisa needed to step in because I believe in young blood, and I believe that Chamisa represents a whole generation. Okay? Now, in Chamisa representing a whole generation, I just didn't necessarily think that Changirai would achieve what many African leaders have failed to achieve, which is dying in office. So Changirai was able to die in office, which is the wrong way we would have wanted him to go. But now, Chisa Mama Chisa, right? Chisa Mama Chisa, right? Chisa Mama Chisa. So Chamisa is in. So these are some of the things I've missed, which has been happening. I understand that Titan is now pregnant. I guess I missed that too. I hear that Olinda eventually got Titan pregnant. So Titan is pregnant now. It looks like Olinda Titan is pregnant. Sorry, I mean, it's the other, right? Olinda is pregnant. Right, Olinda is pregnant with Titan. It was so funny that someone sent me a picture of Olinda and Titan. Guys, I didn't do this, right? And it was like a shadowy picture. So I'm watching on Mvuri. And when I was looking at the Mvuri, they were like, guess who? And I couldn't guess. I was like, I don't know. Who's this? They're like, oh, guess who? I'm like, it looks like Olinda. And the Olinda with who? I'm like, no, I don't know. Olinda and her handbag. It looks like Olinda to me. And beknown to me, to me that picture, actually fair. Olinda ngaba beside Titan. So, I like Titan, I like Olinda, I wish them all the best. That's something else I've missed. Tonight, let's get into the detail of the show, okay? I want to begin by putting some perspective to the Emmerson Mnangagwa presidency vis-a-vis the Emmerson Mnangagwa cabinet. When the president was inaugurated into office, we all had some measure of expectation of what he was going to do next. And then he appointed his cabinet, who we also had some measure of expectation. So I would like us to kind of do a appraisal on what does that cabinet look like. Okay? So you guys, can we do that? Can we do that together? You have to help me, Pandendra, and tell me what you think about others too. But I noticed there's a lot of messages coming in, so maybe let me give out let me say hi to some people. So Ian Maniza says Chamisa chete chete. Julia is not saying anything. Harry Chagunda says Kikiki. Mandla says Wakushaya Hako. Okay. Adam says stupid Mnangagwa is the small house king. Huh? That's funny. Small house king. Small house king. Okay. Viva Morgan. Okay. All right, there's messages coming in, but they don't really look like questions. Okay, so I want us to talk about the cabinet. All right. After 100 days plus that the president has had in office, has he been a good president or has he not? And then you look at the cabinet. Okay, if you believe that President Emerson Mnangagwa has passed his test over the last 100 to 130 or so days, press the like button. If you believe he has not, press the heart button. Like button if President Mnangagwa is passing the test so far. Heart button if President Mnangagwa is not passing the test so far. Now, I'm going to give you perspective of how you should look at this. To begin with, when you say that somebody, the criteria which I use in judging is simple. So number one, is President Mnangagwa showing up to work? Is he at work like the leader of a team is supposed to be at work? Is he coming to work? If he's coming to work, that's one criteria I want to check if he's passing. So is President Mnangagwa coming to work? Yes, he is. Second criteria, is he giving everything of himself at work? Is he? Remember, if you agree with President Mnangagwa doing good, press the like button. If you don't, it's the heart button. Is he doing everything he can when he gets to work? I believe he is. He's putting everything he's got when he gets to work. Now, is he doing everything that we want him to do? Is a different matter. The president is showing up to work before everybody. He's pulling all of himself into the job. I think he is. The trouble is we have our own expectations which are not necessarily being met. But do we even know what our expectations are? And are we channeling them to the correct person? It's like a football team, okay? A football team has a coach and he has got players, and then there is management of that team, and then there is a crowd in the audience. President Mnangagwa is like a football coach. His cabinet is like the football team. The audience, the supporters, that's us. The management is pretty much, I guess, ZANU-PF the party. So what happened was, when Robert Mugabe was removed, he was replaced with an interim manager. So whatever football team you support, it was now given an interim manager. This interim manager has between now and the elections to show us why he should stay as manager. Do you understand that? Whereas you have the opposition who is between now, both men are after a job, okay? Both men are after a job. Mnangagwa has an opportunity to show us why he should stay. The other guy, Chamisa has an opportunity to tell us why he should stay. This is the two different ones. Let's continue talking about the cabinet now, okay? So we see the president a lot, so we kind of get to look at him and, kind of put all our attention to him. The three things that I really do not like and the three things versus that I really do like about the presidency. It's very typical of us black people, and I don't know why. I get to interact a lot with white people and they don't behave this way at all. Here is how black people behave. Do you know that the most expensive car that is in a motorcade in the world, outside of the car that is used by the American president in his motorcade, is the Maybach? They use the Mercedes-Benz Maybachs. President Emerson Mnangagwa bought the Mercedes-Benz Maybach. The first Maybach to land in Zimbabwe is driven by a president whose bank does not have any money. This I have a problem with, because I really think we could spend on something else. So that's one thing I have a problem with. One thing I am happy about. So we'll do good, we'll do bad. The president inherited a country that was a complete disaster, I think, which nobody in the world wanted to do business with us. Today, every flight I have taken into Zimbabwe, and I'm on a flight about 3-4 times in a month, every flight I have taken into Zimbabwe, there are more foreigners coming into Zimbabwe than there are Zimbabweans. It boggles my mind partly because we now have a country where my foreigner are more eager to come back to Zimbabwe and do business than we are. Zimbabweans who are outside of the country should be in a hurry to come in. Now, they're not coming in for any other reason except they are building some confidence on this guy. So there is some confidence he is projecting to the world, and the world is starting to respond to that. Okay? You're with me? All right. Now, we go to the cabinet. President Emerson Mnangagwa announced the cabinet, which is possibly the oldest cabinet in the world. Okay? The oldest cabinet in the world. I have a real problem with this. Do you know that President Emerson Mnangagwa has a cabinet that is older than Mugabe's cabinet? I mean, Mugabe had issues, but President Emerson Mnangagwa's cabinet is older. It's the oldest cabinet this country has ever had. Okay? I have a problem with this. Okay? I have a problem with this. I understand why he did it. I just have a problem with it. So that's another thing I have a problem with. On the other hand, I'm trying to be fair. It's so easy to get into a conversation and attack anybody, right? And attack everybody. So let's try to be balanced as we have this conversation. On the other hand, President Emerson Mnangagwa went after criminals. I happen to like that. Now, did he go after all the criminals? No, I think there's a lot of criminals he still has to go through. I mean, Ziripo, anachamangwiza veumbava. Unozana anachamangwiza. Anapapa veumbava. Awasadi vanatuwa hakamkaka. But he started going after people who've expropriated money, and for me this is a good sign. Look, any cent Robert Mugabe stole from this country must be brought back. Any cent Grace Mugabe stole must be brought back. Any cent anybody stole must be, including me, any cent I stole must be brought back. So any cent that anybody stole must be brought back. And the fact that Jatanga, I mean, those who never sat not so eat that Chashika, but the point in the equity begging okay. The conundrum of the political setup in this country is, think about this, okay? And if I am wrong about this, never watch my show again. If I'm right, watch every show I make. The conundrum of our political setup is, remember when you went to school, when you were in high school, or you were in university, the smartest students who graduated from class, they go on to become medical doctors, get their MBAs, become engineers. The smartest students, they go on to get the highest paying professions. The second class students are the students who went on to become lawyers, they went on to become accountants, they went on to become public administrators, so that they could manage the first class students. Okay? So now you have the second class students being managing the first class students. The third class students, the ones who are my borderline failure, the borderline failures, they went on to become politicians, right? And then the politicians, they come and they manage the second class students and the first class students. So you have the first and the second class students being managed by the third class students. But the failures, they go and they join the military. They join the military. When they join the military, they then manage the third class students, which is the politicians, the second class students, and the first class students. Right? If I'm right about this, press the like button. If I'm wrong, you can click the heart button. You tell me if you think I'm right or if I'm wrong. If I'm right, like. If I'm wrong, heart. But the worst of it is the ones who did not go to school at all. The people who did not even go up to grade 7, they go on to join my church and they become prophets and they become pastors, and then it's those prophets and those pastors who then manage the fourth class military, the third class politician, the second class technocrats, and the first class superstars. We are all eventually managed by the least educated. So we have a setup in a country where the least or uneducated of them all is the ones who are leading. pamunenge muchizwa chirungu chichigomera kubuda paipaya, munhu achigomera kutaura chirungu, wakamboona chirungu chichitaurwa munhu achitaura ari kurwadziwa nechest kuti ataure zvaanoda kutaura? Mupe kategori kuzera vanotaura chirungu vagochi. Wakamboona munhu anotaura chirungu kusvika agona kuchinyora patwitter, agona kusvika pachinyora patwitter. Think about that. Munhu ari patwitter ari kumanejwa nani? Blazi vaya Blazi. And then wakamboona kana, you know, I don't know a lot of these prophets. I mean, there's some who I've kind of watched the messages and I really like them. But think about the prophets you know. Kune maprofeti kuti achitaura soko unowanzobata shaya kuti munhu ari kunatsotaura kuti chiwe, hapana kana chinotaura kuti sense chiri kubuda paari kutaura paipai, hapana kana zvinotaura kuti zviri kumeka sense. But vanhu vari kuombera, vanhu vari kuimba, vanhu vari kujamba, vanhu vanoita mapopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopopo Chiwenga. Let's go to analyzing the cabinet. Who in this cabinet has been a plus and who is this cabinet has been a minus? Now the cabinet has 20, so we're not going to go into 20. Let's talk about the ministries that affect lives the most. Okay, let's talk about the ministries that affect lives the most. You can't see me. Someone says you can't see me. Lumumba's most finest comedian revolution. Leave Chiwenga alone. Okay, leave Chiwenga alone. I mean, what do you mean leave Chiwenga alone? Like, what do you mean leave Chiwenga alone? I would never general till today I don't even know how to say vice president general, vice president general Chiwenga general, like he just is still general. From being general to me, I watching go to general Chiwenga go no any minute uniform ya no butoro baka pisa ka baka raza ka baka govera. The cabinet. Who are the 5 worst cabinet appointments and the 5 best cabinet appointments? Who are the 5 worst cabinet appointments and 5 best cabinet appointments? Guys, people keep wanting me to talk about Chamisa. We'll talk about Chamisa on another day. Look, to me, today we're talking about Kwana Fanta and Moja. Next time those are one of my brothers. Have you ever like watched my video? Every church like one of my Gaia, one of Uber Angel, like the big Pentecostal churches. Have you ever seen like how the guys dance when a song comes on? Like think about Michael Maindere in your head. Like just try to imagine him. That's like, you know, the other team. And then kweta team maskaf. So team ena maskaf, team ena maendere. But today we're not talking about team ena maendere. We're talking about maskaf. Who are the best ministers and the worst ministers? I'll go into my evaluation. Tell me about your best and your worst. Victor says Deputy Minister of Finance is good. I guess you're talking about Terence Mkupe. Okay. Tafadzo says Parenyatwa is the worst. Okay. I guess you're talking about the Minister of Health. Undertaker. Let me help you. So let me walk through the list of ministers. Sibusiso, Minister Sibusiso Moyo, the former general, again, General Wakapeka Suit. Remember the guy who came out on ZBC and said the president and his family are safe? Do you think Minister of Finance, of Foreign Affairs, do you think he is a pass or he is a fail? If he is a pass, press the like button. If he is a fail, press the heart button. Do you think Minister of Finance or Foreign Affairs, Sibusiso, is a pass or a fail? I'll tell you what I think about Minister of Foreign Affairs. I think he is number one, possibly one of the most visible ministers. You can tell he is working very hard. He slept the other day. You know, they were at a conference and they showed us a picture of the minister sleeping. And I was like, well, you know, I mean, quote, chikuru kuzomuka asa avakabvarara forever mukabaita karara aimuka zvavo takuenda at least, you know, ana general vanomungo masoja kaya, so even vakarara inoda havasi kurara too long. Kurara kwavo kurara inonzi chi panofana pane word renand rekudescribe kurara kwavo. So if she sleeps she's going to wake up soon, so ndaamboraroka 2 minutes airambidzwe. But I think he's a pass. What do you guys think? Is he a pass or is he a fail? Minister of Foreign Affairs. Minister of Foreign Affairs, pass or fail? Okay, looks like a lot of people are passing him. So, what has he done? What has the Minister of Foreign Affairs done for this country? Well, number one, I think the fact that he is in the process of recalling all the ambassadors back to Zimbabwe is a positive thing. Whatever country you live in, if it's not Zimbabwe, ask yourself this: has your ambassador done anything for you, first of all? Secondly, has your ambassador done anything to engage your country, the country you live in, to be investing back in Zimbabwe, to be bringing business or services back into Zimbabwe? The head of the foreign affairs is in charge of these ambassadors, and I think he's really been on the money. He's engaging every country that we need to engage. Now, whether or not the engagement goes well is a different matter and a separate matter altogether. The point is, he is engaging every country that we need to engage in. Okay, so for me, that's a positive. He's visible. I see him working. Let's move on to the next one. What do you guys think about the Minister of Science and Technology? Is that what it's called? Right. Sorry. The Minister of Transport. Minister of Transport, Dr. Joram Gumbo. Dr. Joram Gumbo is from the Mugabe cabinet. Isquad Ramdara Bob. Zinenge hama dzedzo dzoti murume wangona kuti hama dzekuti kana murume afa kana mukadzi afa fanoramba chingochengetedza hama. Ndivo ana Dr. Joram Gumbo. So Dr. Joram Gumbo hearts if he is not delivering, likes if he is delivering. You can write your reasons as well. Feel free to give us some reasons. Hearts if he is delivering, hearts if he is not delivering, likes if he is delivering. Joram Gumbo, Dr. Joram Gumbo. So Minister of Transport. Minister of Transport is Minister of Transport. They're essentially responsible for making sure our road, our rail, our air, and our sea, which we don't have sea, but kutukune infrastructure around ikoko. Ndo minister vakaunza train. So if it's a pass, give him a pass, give him the plus sign if it's a pass. Minister vema train, minister vakatunzira train, sikuti matrain anenge akutoachama, ndo minister ve petrol food, ayo ase petrol energy. Minister of Transport is responsible for, is he responsible for Zupco? I mean, but Minister of Transport, is Minister of Transport a pass? Wow, that's a lot of hearts for one. You guys, need Dr. Dr. Joram Gumbo. You guys don't, you don't really, okay, wow, okay, so, maybe not. He's not competent, no, to Minister Dr. Joram Gumbo, Gumbololo, and Dr. Gumbololo, okay, roads, so, in fact, the best way to understand if a minister is delivering is bring it down to your level of life. So, the road that you drive on or that you travel on, are you happy with the road? Are you happy with the infrastructure that we have with our roads? That's Minister Joram Gumbo. Okay. Paul Mavima, Minister of Primary and Secondary Education. This is the man who replaced Lazarus Dokora. Lazarus Dokora is the guy who everybody made a lot of noise about not wanting Lazarus Dokora to stay. Do you believe Minister Paul Mavima, in fact, it's actually a professor. Professor Paul Mavima has been on the money. Professor Paul Mavima likes if you approve his record, and hearts if you do not approve his record. Paul Mavima, do you approve of Paul Mavima's record since coming into the government? Paul Mavima, he's the guy who's talking about every child must be able to get food when they go to school. Every child must be able to go to school. Yes? Pass? No? Pass? Fail? He's trying? He's okay? Okay, I'm trying to keep up with the comments. I just realized you guys are writing a lot of comments and I'm not reading them. Lazarus do Fofo. Oh gosh. Okay. Okay. Wow, you guys really want to talk about Chamisa, huh? Okay. David Parenyatwa. David Parenyatwa, Minister of Health. He's responsible for the health system in the country. Like if he is doing a good job, hearts if you don't approve of the job that he is doing. It's too early to say. It's like or hearts, what do we have? There's a health situation going on in the country, but I understand as of today, the doctors have now agreed that they are going back to work. There seems to be some sort of agreement that has come up between the doctors and the president of the country. So it looks like they'll be going back to work immediately, actually. So the doctors' crisis has ended. It is now being replaced by the teachers' crisis because the teachers are on strike. But I want to know, what do you guys, we need innovators too many educators. Okay, let me. We don't have a healthcare system. Okay, Deputy Minister Mukupe, like if you think he's doing a good job, hearts if you don't think he's doing a good job. And I'll tell you what I think. I think Deputy Minister Mukupe, again, for me, one of the most visible ministers. In fact, he is the youngest minister in this cabinet. He's really been on the money. Anybody who knows or who has gone to Deputy Minister Mukupe looking for help, you will realize he has an open door policy at his office. He lets anybody come in who wants to see him, and when you come in, he will help you to the best that he can. I think we couldn't have gotten a better deputy minister from ZANU PF under the circumstances, having said that, but I want to know what you guys think. Deputy Minister Mukupe plus, if you're happy with him, give him the like sign. If you're not happy with him, give him the heart sign. Deputy Minister Mukupe. We are also running out of time. Gosh, time goes so fast. My hope is I never want these to last over 30 minutes anymore. So as it is the previous dispensation. In the new dispensation, my lives only last 30 minutes. And I realize our time is coming up. So we need to try and make this move a bit quick. Deputy Minister, hearts or likes? What do we have? Where can we find him? Says Denenga. Well, you can find him at the new government complex, 6th floor. That's where his office is. He has an open door policy. Like I said, you don't even need to knock to get in there. Okay, there's a lot of Chamisa that you guys want me to talk about. We will talk about all these things, guys. It's okay. I'm just coming back. I'm trying to catch up too on what is it you guys have been doing, and I'm just letting you know what it is that I've been paying attention to. So I've been paying attention to what has our cabinet and government been doing for the last couple of months. So we will get into your matters. We will, and we will dissect them. Let me give a perception as I conclude. I want you guys to understand this. You know, when you turn 18 years old, you get something called the power to vote, right? Zimbabwe is like a company and we have to vote for a CEO. And as we try to vote for the CEO, Emerson Mnangagwa and Chamisa are just candidates. They are candidates who are coming to the company and saying, can I have your vote so that I can be CEO of the company? You have to give your vote to the new CEO of the company. If you don't practice that vote, you don't have a right to complain. So I do hope everybody talking here is a registered voter. So in July, you're going to have a chance to decide if your vote for your new CEO is going to Nelson Chamisa or is going to Emerson Mnangagwa. Forget the other candidates. They are not going to matter. They are really not going to matter. I promise you guys. The one thing I can tell you now, before I've even started analyzing the political space, they don't matter. Povo, which just launched Ivan Mawarire's party, is not going to win one seat. Okay? I like the fact that young people got out there and they kind of did their thing and they really want to run for office. It's fantastic. But they are not going to win one seat, not even a konzo of a seat. And they keep saying they're not a political party. What is a political party? Go and look for the definition. Avatonzwisise ku explain how the political party. They will not get a kobo of a seat. Pamwe vangadai vatuitawo zvekutsvaga madhorofia. Vaita basa rekudya madhorofia vachiruma namukana muninye yemadhorofia. MDC Alliance and ZANU PF. Those are the two we need to really talk about. We'll talk about the other candidates in another show, but MDC and ZANU PF ndo anachamangwiza vegame ripatsira kumana zviti panguva yekuti panopisa hapana nguva yekuexperimenta nana dhumdarara vari kuda ngomhanya. I mean, I saw Nkosana Moyo was at the Povo launch and people are like, oh, Nkosana Moyo came. I'm like, no, Povo invaded Nkosana Moyo's park. Nkosana Moyo lives in that park. Like, he lives in that park. Have you ever seen a picture of Nkosana Moyo on any day? Yasingatanga ayenda kunocheka ku park. He lives in that park. Makato invade park ya munhu makato apakato wana microphone akada kudza imi nyaya dzake. So yeah. Nemananga. Okay, right. Chisa. So yeah, I mean the slogans are in peak season now. We're hearing Kune Chisa Mama Chisa ne Idipe ne Chisa Mama Chisa Ndukula Ndukula Kalela Ndukula. I'm glad I'm back, guys. I'm glad we are going to be going through this journey together. I will be developing content. I need you guys to tell me what it is we ought to be talking about. I haven't been following much, but like I said, guys, I've been busy being a dad, so I've been having an absolutely good time enjoying my time as a father. It's an absolute incredible thing. Also, I've got Hollywood Lee in the house now, so there's a lot of things to keep me busy that are outside of seeing what's happening on social media. Guys, this is only going to be on Sundays. Let's finish off by say your slogan. So if you're MDC, can we see you do your slogan? Mazano PF, can we see your slogans? Vitali says PED, okay? Gukula, okay? Your slogans. Munu yose mira ne slogan yako itatone. Chamisa Chete, okay, who else got your slogan? Which has got your slogan? Professor Jerry Manyeruke is online. Alright guys, well look, I'll do my slogan before I go. Idipe! Chisa Idi. Yeah, for more entertaining stuff, guys, check out, I checked out this funny Zimbabwean girl online. I think her name is Zuva Hubane on Facebook. Oh, you guys check her out. She says the most crazy things online. Love you guys. I gotta go. I did this for my boy Treasure. I did this for my boy Christian. I did this for you. And I do this because it's got to be done. Good night, everybody. That's been the Lumumba Diary Room.